It's not terrible. It's gonna be one of the first runs where I've finally found a way to make Serpent's Kiss useful. Serpent's Kiss is one of those ones that I always just kind of go, I just moan because it's not as good as what it used to be. But with Unicorn stuff, we could actually load up on Blackheart health by just ramming into everything. Man, I hate when Pretzel seems to be the only place with a song I want to listen to. Which song is it, out of curiosity? Obviously, I don't wish that for you. I wish that any song that you hear on Pretzel would be the kind of song that you'd be able to hear anywhere. But I love the fact that there's good music that you're enjoying listening to that you apparently can only find on Pretzel, because it kind of means that we're doing our job okay. The worst to me was just playing. Log in with Twitch. Authorized. The problem with this one particular... Don't you start playing. From the album Intensifier by Reverb Nation Music. The problem with this one particular distributor is that they gave us all the metadata, and instead of giving us band names, they gave us like full artist names as though we were a performance rights organization. Like they were claiming royalties, right? So instead of just getting band names under the artist, all of their stuff is like... honestly, I'd be a little bit uncomfortable if I was in the band. Full first, middle, and last name is frankly kind of disquieting. Is a little bit uncomfortable. And it's just that one label that submitted stuff like that, and there is legitimately a part of me that's surprised that they've never fixed it. I definitely have done the same thing. At some point today, I can almost guarantee you. At some point today, I can almost guarantee you that there'll be neat. At some point today, I can almost guarantee there'll be a Pretzel employee in here. When they get here, we can say like, hey, a lot of the rock songs don't have band names. They have full first, middle, and last names for the artists involved. What are the odds we can fix that, eh? And we'll see what they come up with. That happened after I was pretty much already gone. Was it DistroKid? No, it's a rock label. I can't remember which one off the top of my head. Maybe it's a rock label, maybe it was APM. I don't remember. Fuck if I know, man. I need 5 cents. How do I make 5 cents happen? I'm gonna be genuinely miffed if I can't...
Power pill.
Shit. Gonna be genuinely miffed if I can't take more options off this floor. For 5 cents I get a bomb. Yeah, I need to just do this. Swinging for the fences. That's not the secret room? Oh, it's not. It's right here. I'm so stupid.
I'm drowsy.
Well, time for me to just take my sad ass down to the next floor. I put the bomb in the wrong spot. It was supposed to go right there. I thought for some reason I thought the shop was on level with it. Oh, rips you up inside. I don't think there would have been... I guess there would have had to have been... there could have been 7 cents in the secret room. I didn't have any way to generate cash on that floor except for the secret room, and I fucked it up. I don't know what to do. Just hide, I guess. Shot's taking way too long to charge up. God, it kills me I didn't get off the floor with that. Well, Continuum. That should just be, at the very least, a range upgrade. Ree the Bear, what's going on? Greetings and salutations. Aha! I'm excited to get back to Little Nightmares 2, man. That game, the first one was fun. The second one's really good. The second one's better. I mean, like, obviously they applied lessons learned. Okay. They applied lessons learned, but yeah, the second one is really good. Very creepy. T is hitting Taffy just right today. I'm out of that tincture. There's nothing to be done. Even Amber, like Amber's takeaway when I told her how good I felt the night of was, well, you big dum-dum, now you're out of it. And I was like, well, I have to go back to DC if I want to get any more because there's not going to be legitimate dispensaries here in Virginia until 2024, so I gotta wait still. Very scary. Trying to decide if it's even worth. Trying to decide if it's even worth. Let's do this. Let's see how much damage I can get done. Ooh. Hey, you rat bastard. There we go. I just wanted to see how much damage I could get done with the horn. Deathless is not the worst thing I could pick up there because frankly I could use tears, I could use damage, I could use range. It's the first bomb I've seen in this entire run. Oh, I don't know what anything is, so this was kind of a dumb move. Can you get the tincture ship? Maybe? I'd have to check with Noah and see what federal law permits. Fuck it, we're out of here. Nothing much, just my usual wake up at the ass crack of dawn because my brain cannot handle a whole night's sleep. If I didn't sympathize, it wouldn't be such a big deal that I'm constantly trying to figure out how to drug myself to get a good night's sleep. But can you use purple, Taffy? The LDS Mormon mattress company? I can tell you right now, federal law says no. I vaguely remember, Glitch, that at one point, not naming names, but like Noah and I had a mutual friend who sought him out because they apparently had a whole shitload of CBD oil, like THC CBD oil shipped to them across state lines and found themselves the recipient of a federal indictment. And they came to Noah to make it better. They're Mormon? Yeah, the Purple Mattress Company is owned by Mormons. I have just enough Mormon family that these kinds of trinkets and tidbits make their way back to me. Ew. Man, I don't know what to do with any of this. I really should be trying harder. I really should be trying harder to kill things in order. Really? Knock me over with a feather. I would not have believed that. Drewvec, what's going on? I was gonna say, Taffy, you allegedly took the THC stuff out of the state you got it in. I didn't do anything with it. It was gifted to me by a friend. It was gifted to me by a friend. As far as I know, he made it himself. Right here in Virginia, where weed's legal. I should be fair to myself. There's absolutely no way I'm doing death list in rooms like this. I wish I didn't have knockback. Why do I have knockback? I just want those guys to sit in the laser and die. The first time I laid eyes on that tincture was in Virginia. I consumed it in Virginia. I currently have no plans to travel out of state to get more. Yeah, I'll take brimstone bombs. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and do the boss fight. Then we'll hit the fire, then we'll bounce on out and go to the ghost realm. Now that I have... Ooh. Now that I have brimstone bombs, whoever this boss might be in the spectral realm will be less intimidating. It really sucks VA's Virginia's dragging its feet on this. Arizona had dispensaries open within 3 months after recreational was legalized. There's legitimately no reason for it to be a 2+ year delay. I mean, I can kind of see it. If for no other reason, the Democratic legislature really shoehorned this in. Is that gonna be tears? It's gotta be tears. Yeah. The Democratic legislature basically like shoehorned this in. It really kind of felt like it was an overnight thing. It kind of felt like something where the Virginia Democratic legislature sort of just did it. Like, we had no real whiff that it was gonna go that way, and then one day Ralph Northam just shoved it through. And yeah, the whole I don't know about you, like I don't know if other people who actually care about legalized weed as much as, you know, I don't know if actual weed enthusiasts saw it on their radar, but it kind of genuinely felt like one day it wasn't legal and then the next day it was. And considering the fact that with the exception of the cities, like, there are political ads here in Virginia that there are political ads here in Virginia that, like, you get reminded that there are a couple of, like, you know, big blue liberal cities, but then the rest of the state is, like, beet red. The overwhelming majority of the land is red, even if there's, like, 7 dirt farmers on it. And so there are political ads that are just like, this person votes with their cronies in Richmond. And I'm like, I'm in Richmond. I'm like, oh, right, that ad is not made for me. That ad is made for the people who live out in the sticks who are just like, those liberal elitists in Richmond, you can't trust them. You can't trust them as far as you can throw them, those bullshit Richmond assholes. Those, you know, Q was right about them. If only we had listened. Throwing their pizza parties and drinking their stem cells, or whatever the fuck it is they think we do. So it really did kind of feel like one of those things where everything is controlled by the left here, but by a slim margin. And it just kind of felt like they just fucking tamped that thing through as fast as humanly possible. They were originally not going to let home grow be legal until 2024. They were originally not going to let home grow be legal, and then the governor was just like, that's dumb. You guys can grow. We'll figure out how to get recreational dispensaries pulled together. Oh, Jesus. Uni says, I'm not American, so I want to know, how common are these political advertisements in America? They are so common that my local CBS affiliate has advertisements for their own station where it's just like one of their anchors smiling with a cup of coffee and gentle music playing in the background, and it literally just says, this break from political ads brought to you by your friends at CBS 6, and it's just like 30 seconds of pleasant music. Where I live, I get political ads on every commercial break watching broadcast television. I get political ads on YouTube. So like I'm watching a Canadian camp in Alberta, Canada, but 3 times during this guy's 20-minute video, I'm interrupted by local politicians running ads on YouTube. It is fucking maddening. It is maddening. Dom Cia, what's going on? Welcome. Ree the Bear, welcome back. Yeah. Holling's Worthless, good morning. Yeah, it is, oh no. It is, infuriating how frequently political ads are run. And they're just like, generally speaking, on both sides, what they'll do is they'll start off with like, "Hi, I'm Guy Manderson, and I'm just a regular Joe like you. Just like you, I have to work hard or else my family's trust won't pay out. Just like you, I started from the bottom as a lowly executive, as a lowly assistant executive, and had to work my way up to the C-suite. Just like you, my first job didn't come with its own adjoining toilet in my office, private bathroom, or a helipad. But then, like, a couple of months into it, it's just like, did you hear that my opponent, Leslie woman lady, fucking, she just kicks puppies. She kicks them so fucking hard. And then that's it. That's just that, like, you get like 19 months of that. You just get 19 months of Leslie woman lady kicks puppies, right? And there, she calls them she's like, we lost the footage, but there's footage of her saying, "Yeah, right in your stupid fucking dumb faces, you stupid puppies." And we were all shocked. It's like, "Oh my God, do you have that tape?" And they're like, "Nah, she fucking kicked the tape too. She kicked the tape so hard, she was like, I'm gonna pretend you're a puppy," and then she kicked the tape, and we were all just stunned. Like right now, I will say this, the Democrat running for governor in this state has secret, has hidden camera footage of a lady going up to the Republican that's running for governor and saying, "Will you repeal abortion laws? Like, will you make it harder to get an abortion in Virginia?" And she makes it sound like she's for that, like she wants that. And he comes out and says, like, "I can't campaign on that. I'll lose my independent vote. So help me win, and then when I'm in there, I'll start repealing, like, Roe v. Wade, and I'll start pushing stricter abortion laws. But you gotta get me in there first." And I was like, damn, that's pretty fucked up. Like, that one was pretty good. But then recently, the only thing the Republican has to come back with is, like, the Democrat running for governor said that he doesn't think parents should dictate what's taught in the schools. And I was like, yeah, I've met some pretty fucking stupid people here in Virginia. I don't want them telling Grayson and Rory what they can learn. Are any of them trained educators who have specialized in developing curriculum? Because if the answer is no, I no more want them telling my kids what they should learn than I want them doing fucking brain surgery on me. That's all he's got going the other direction. The other direction is like, this guy doesn't want parents telling teachers what to teach. And I was like, yeah, and? It's like, the Democrat doesn't want to repeal a grocery tax. This guy's like he's got a super boner for this grocery tax that if he repeals it, will make milk cost like 2 cents a gallon less. And he's like, that'll help, right? And I'm like, did you and Steve Mnuchin go to the same, this is what poor people spend school of economics? Ah. We did it! And for our troubles, we got a speed upgrade. And a luck down. Not to mention the blatant transparency of white guys talking the music is light and hopeful, the film being in color. The opponents mentioned the music turns sinister, goes black and white. Yeah, dude! They get like Hans Zimmer to come in and score their opponents. Dude, that's like, I remember back during the actual election, like the big election, which by the way, I am going to very much vote in the Virginia elections this year. Like, don't get me wrong. I am absolutely gonna go vote. If for no other reason than to preserve my fucking sanity, because the last thing I need is Virginia going red again. Would I do that? God, that's so stupid. There's no reason for me not to do this room in order. That's fine. It's a 1/3 Beelzebub, and I really didn't want the damage downgrade. What was I saying? Oh yeah, during the 2020 election, they would show like AOC, and every time they showed AOC, she was like smiling and like hugging people, and they were basically like, this bitch. And I was like, you guys can't even find like an unflattering photo of her. I was there, they were just like, we hate this bitch so much, and I was just like, you guys can't even find a photo of her frowning. Every photograph, she's hugging somebody. Every photograph is like her constituents are like smiling with an arm around her. Shit. Dude, Holling's worthless. That's what Amber said this morning, is that like this Republican nominee is talking about getting rid of a grocery tax that ultimately is going to be pennies back in the pockets of anybody who notices the difference. And Amber's take was like, well, like ultimately what loses funding if you do that? Like, you never talk about which service that people depend on is going to go away, and the recipients are going to see like $1's difference on their grocery bills. At least your governor isn't actively trying to kill your family for a buck, Taffy. What makes me sad is I don't even know which place you're referencing. My immediate reaction goes to Texas. Fucking Greg Abbott is actively trying to make sure that I don't see certain family members again. It could very easily be Florida. That's also true. Fucking DeSantis, man. That guy's something else. Taxation is theft. Also, the city should pay for my broken tires because of all those potholes. People are a fucking trip, man. Remember when they played the clip of her dancing like it's fucking Footloose in here? Oh my god, you can't even find footage of people disliking her or her frowning. Even my mom, who was just like, I don't like her one bit, saw that she handled the Texas winter storms better than Ted Cruz did. And my mom was just like, I may not agree with her on a lot of things, but she was very classy about that, about trying to help Texas during the freeze. And I was like, yeah, man, it's her job. It's not her job. Technically, it's Ted Cruz's job, but he was out of country. So she picked up the slack. Shit. I live in a state where anytime the governor tries to do anything, the legislature sues him and nothing gets accomplished, and Republicans blame him for not doing anything. Yeah, that sounds like the country I live in. Better than Ted Cruz is a low bar, to be fair. Yeah, King Kevin is like, oh, I voted for this guy, but then AOC dressed him down because everyone keeps taking shots at the Queen on social media, not realizing that they're going to miss, and she's going to dress them down on social media. And keep trying to social media assassinate the king on her own turf. Bringing the old okay boomer mentality at her. My favorite political ad in America is the one where the little girl can't play in the abandoned copper mines because the old mine director didn't clear the vampire dens. Is that a real one? It's always fun to remember Ted Cruz not only tried to flee his own state, but then threw his daughter under the bus and left their pet dog home alone to freeze. Fucking clearly human politician Ted Cruz breathing a sigh of relief now that the Zodiac killings got pinned on someone else. I think Ted Cruz blocked me on Twitter. I said something to the effect, like he bitched about somebody or something. And I said something about how, like, his family was implicit in the JFK murders and his wife was ugly, and then in parentheses said, "Don't worry, I've seen him get off to this. This is his kink." And then I think he blocked me. I'd seen it work before. Genuinely, he's into that. Normally, I don't know what. I phrased it wrong or something. Ooh, I want that so bad.
Range up.
The moon. Actually, I'll take a key and a bomb. I'm running low on both. Dead, clearly not the Zodiac Killer Cruz. To be fair, I blocked somebody for that too. I mean, the point that I'm making is that Donald Trump said his wife was ugly and that his family was implicit in the JFK assassinations. And it, seemingly overnight, he went from, how dare he talk about my family that way, to like, well, we should probably keep this guy in office forever. He's the only one with the solutions America needs. I was like, huh, really? McLaffy Taffy will remember the complete and utter absence of spine. What was it, like, Al Franken or somebody like that said that the fastest way to clear out people from, oh my god. Buckle up, chat, it's gonna be a long one. The Al Franken who said that the fastest way to clear out a meeting, to make sure a meeting on Capitol Hill didn't go for very long, to make sure that people didn't want to stick around and talk forever, was to invite Ted Cruz to it, because fucking apparently nobody likes him. You'll be shocked to hear. Was there any alternate path out of here I needed to take? Doesn't look like. That's the next floor. You didn't put it in the form of a question, clearly. Oh, that's right, Damacia, I didn't even open that big-ass chest. That's on me. I wasted 4 keys on that. Oh my god. I don't think it's gonna make a big deal. Like, I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference. But you're absolutely right, I should have not forgotten that. Whenever the conversation pivots to, like, politics or COVID, I instantly kind of stop paying attention to what's happening in the game. Because it is tricky waters to navigate, to be sure. Dr. Blinds, he says, hey, y'all, we shitting on Ted Cruz? Because I can get in on that. Yes, we are. It's not hard. Him and Mitch McConnell every day I wake up. Listen, man, I'm not a fan of the Democrats either. Like, I vote for them because they're the lesser of two evils, but don't get me wrong. All that said, I genuinely wake up every day and check the obituaries for Ted Cruz and Mitch McConnell. And every day I'm disappointed.
Of the newest denizen of the cave.
Glitch gets a tier 1 sub to Dr. Blindsy. Glitch, thank you so much. Blindsy, enjoy the emotes. Glitch with 1,057 gifted subs all time. Yo, holy shit. Bring on that euthanasia. In the video game, I gotta denote when I'm switching back and forth between topics. You're safe for today, Mitch. You also missed the 2 boss trap rooms you could go to on the mirror floor. I don't think you can get in there, even in lost form. Am I wrong? Am I remembering that wrong? Chat, clarify that for me. I was under the impression that those don't open even when you go into the lost form. Bootstrap rooms. I genuinely thought that said bootstrap rooms in the beginning, but yeah, I don't think I can get into the boss trap rooms. Even as the lost. Like, I saw that you pointed that out, and I meant to make the point of saying I don't think I can get in there. As the lost, you can get into them? Why was I convinced that you couldn't? Like, I genuinely had every intention of, like, addressing that and saying, I don't think I can get in there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Devins. That's what I'm saying. Devin says, no, the Lost can't get into them. It keeps your health value. So even though technically you're the Lost, what is up there in the top left-hand corner, the game still registers that as being your health. So if I were to touch that white flame right now, I would still technically have 12 health, even though 2 hits would kill me. And so it doesn't let me into the boss trap rooms.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Thank you. That's validating. I was just like, damn, why was I was like ready to die on that hill, convinced I was right about that. And I was like, oh, I'll just have to mention that when I get a break in the action here. But yeah, that unfortunately is not a route you can go, even as the altered Lost. Glitch gifts a tier 1 sub to Zeros. That makes me feel so much better to see Zeros all dressed up. 1058 all time, and Zeros enjoy the emotes as always. Could try it just once just to be sure. Well, I mean, I can't, like, on the way back, I guess, on the second R run, I'll double check it just to be sure, but I can't get there now. Like, I can't become the Lost right now. I'm 99% certain that you can't get into those rooms. Can we talk more about news? Because it's interesting just to listen to what's in the world, and I don't read too much about it. I mean, like, ultimately, like, the only criteria for talking about stuff in here is that I have to be in the mood for it. That's it. That's the whole thing. Like, genuinely, all that's gotta, the only criteria is, like, I've got to be in the mood for it. Once in a blue moon, when I'm, like, tired, or I've just kind of had, like, a shitty day or whatever, I just don't feel like juggling it. But I feel okay today, so. I'm very Colin Robinson of you, Taffy. If I was Colin Robinson, what I would do is you guys would get in here and be like, all right, man, Little Nightmares 2, and I'll be like, hey, before we start, let me clear the air about some things I've been thinking about. And then I would just go in for like an hour and a half. Luck down. Health down. Range up. Power pill. Speed up. We'll do that. There used to be some Republican politicians that I liked, but they're getting purged from the party. Yeah, like, honestly, yeah, not people I would have gone out of my way to vote for, but not people that I felt like, you know, actively were rooting against the country they were trying to govern. I felt bad for McCain. I liked McCain, and then they saddled him with oh, what's her nuts, Miss I can see Sarah Palin. They saddled him with Sarah Palin. Fun fact: John McCain handed my wife her degree at Wake Forest. This doesn't work and it bums me out. I don't know what to do with the R key. Like, I think I'll stop short of the mom fight and then I'll just go back and do it all over again. Did you hear that Matthew McConaughey is running for Texas governor? Well, I heard that he was thinking about it. I heard that, like, on an interview, he basically said he didn't want to run. Like, he wanted to take a long, hard look and see whether or not he feasibly could get anything good done. And if he was convinced that he'd run up against the same sort of gridlock stonewalling that every other politician does, that he probably wouldn't do it, but that if he thought he, like, if he thought he could do good, then he would. Yeah, Glitch, I agree. Jugsy, good morning. Chaos, good morning. I can't hear Palin talk about her without thinking about her Stars and Stripes bikinis. Somebody, you'll be shocked to hear this, chat, but I can't remember who, but somebody did like they went and found a porn star lookalike and did Sarah Palin porn. And that was maybe like the first time in my teenage life. Like I was either 19, 20, 21, I was young. But that was like the first time in my life where I was like, man, people really will jerk off to anything. It was revelatory to me. Was it Lisa Ann that did that? No shit, I know Lisa Ann, sorry. Yeah, I'm super aware of her quote-unquote body of work. Who's nailing Palin? That's it. That's it. Keep waiting for Jared Leto to hop in and start singing on this song. Yeah, it's got a real, was it 30 Seconds to Mars? Man, Tappy, why are you so bad? Who's nailing Palin? Oh, corn. You never disappoint. Damn, for a split second I thought they were gonna give me a Steam sale and I was about to be able to do all this over again. Only I could buy everything in every shop. Right there. There we go. It is nice to kill those things before they move any of the rocks. Kind of funny, in that room, Deathless will never work unless you have euthanasia. Does that count? I feel like that should count. I technically killed all of them simultaneously. So weird. Seeing tables on my left and right hand side and not one little tiny end table. I had like one little like 1.5 foot tall stool almost that I was setting stuff on one side. And an old TV tray on the other, and now I've got two like black tables that are the same color and height as the desk. Crazy. Let me finish this floor and then I'll take my little stand up and stretch break. I don't know what those are, but I don't know that I want to fuck with them. That saves me the walk. Oh, heretic. I actually think that was something that we struggled to get done for a while, which was, I'm pretty sure, to get those dudes added to the bestiary, those little heretic followers, to get those guys added to the bestiary, you have to kill them while they're in that state with their hoods down or up or whatever. Appreciate you. That was the luck upgrade for that. Yeah, give me more of those. Give me all the button rooms you can handle. Yeah, I think I'd like both of those very much. What did that one do again? Evil Charm, 2 luck up. You no longer take damage from poison, toxic gas, burn effects, and become immune to fear and confusion. Okay, I mean, like, fine, I suppose. Darkness Before Dawn, good morning, Taffy, and chat, happy hump day. It is in fact, oh. It is in fact Wednesday, huh? Shit. At least I leave with something on that one. I probably could have just taken the Satanic Bible. Well, we did chaos it. Yeah, fear and confusion are what happened to you when those skulls with the purple ores around them touch you. When that happens, you can't shoot. I will say this, Death List really has kind of paid out. Like, even if we don't get anything else from it, it's gone pretty well. Yeah, Halo J, it's Wednesday. Like, I know I didn't help myself by... Did I restart my clock? I didn't help myself by missing the first day of stream this week by being super hungover. But yeah, we're already on Wednesday. I feel like I made up for it. I did 3 hours of pushing... I did 3 hours of pushing uploads to the Taffy VOD channel. Right now it's Ori 2, Outer Wilds, and Ori 1 just finished uploading at the same time. So those series and God of War are completely finished. Which is bananas because Cletus and I for a long time have been trying to get these VODs moved over to a different, to YouTube, to a different platform. I am stuck. Neat. I have been hit. Neat. What are you? Oh, okay. Yeah, it feels awesome to finally be getting these up. We tried originally to get them up. We were moving them to the original YouTube channel, the sadly now defunct YouTube channel. And that was, I guess, part of the reason that it got demonetized, like permanently demonetized, was because I started moving VODs over, and Google found that suspicious. But now as we're loading up these new channels, it's getting moved over at a pretty good clip, and it feels good to finally finish some of them.
Isaac.
We don't need to do that fight. We'll just start over. Kinda sus, if you ask me. Do they serve orange flavored beef at your local Chinese place? Probably. I would imagine yes. I think I'd like to keep the knife and not have to feel compelled to get it again. And we can just kind of haul ass through. Had a very interesting Bethany run yesterday. Was able to invoke the R key 4 times due to Chaos Wildcard, Trinket, and Death Certificate before the game crashed. I've got all sorts of different... It's a very neat reward you've offered me there, game. I've got all sorts of different things that I go for when it comes to Chinese food. Like what, like, you know, which entrees and which side items and all that jazz kind of trip my trigger. But I will say the one thing that always seems to show up no matter what is I always get an order of beef broccoli. It's not the sexiest, like it's not even the thing I'm most excited to eat off the menu. But I never get an order of Chinese food without getting an order of beef broccoli to go with it.
Lemon party.
I'm Drowsy is really good. There are not many different kinds of Chinese food that I won't eat. The super Americanized Chinese food, there's almost nothing I won't eat. But if you get into like authentic Chinese food and like Szechuan cooking, there's still not a lot I won't eat, or at least try. Probably not. But of the Americanized Chinese food options, I almost never, Panda Express, my local Chinese joint, whatever it is, almost every order starts with, I need beef broccoli, and then from there I work my way out. Yeah, Wireless Angel, I was so confused. I'm still confused. And at this rate, I just want to keep my profile low and not draw attention to myself because, you know, I don't want to put a target on my back again. I think if we monetize this time around, we'll put it under Amber's name and social. Yo, Rini, we do have a pretzel question. A whole bunch of music that got onboarded from I couldn't tell you the name of the place. I couldn't tell you the name of the distributor off the top of my head. But I want to, maybe it was APM. Somebody gave us a shitload of rock music. Someone gave us a shitload of rock music, and all of their musicians are listed by their full legal names and have been for like a year now. And so people keep going to try to find these people's music, and they can't because they don't know the name of the artist. If they're lucky, they'll get the song name, and then they'll get like 3 first, middle, and last name artists. I can't remember. I want to say it was APM, but I can't remember for sure. And I just wondered if they had any interest in, like, if they had any plans on fixing it for that one particular distributor or label. Like Join the Fray _ by Roger Christian Alexander Hudale. This one's right. This one's right. Now playing Lucky Ones by Eric John LaBrosse, Robert Michael Huberty, Wendy Lynn Statz, and Benjamin Russell Yeager. No idea what the band name is, but I know all of their full legal names, which honestly, if I was an artist, I wouldn't be super thrilled about. Oh, not all of it's production music, so not all of it's actual bands. Some of it's just musicians they have on hire. So they're just making like catalog music for, you know, people to shop when they're trying to put together something for the commercials. They're like, we need something that sounds like OK Go, but we're not going to pay OK Go to do this. Oh. That makes sense. I spent so much time when I was on Pretzel dealing with like record labels, I never actually got into like the legitimate distributors. That's fair. Somebody earlier said they just got super frustrated with the fact that there was so much music on Pretzel that they can only find on Pretzel, and they want to listen to it in other places, and they don't know how to do that. Just very specifically with the stuff where it's like, here's 35 names. 35 first names. Fine, I guess. Give me that key. Some of it exists only on Pretzel for licensed listening. That's fair. I mean, those are the kinds of answers that people are looking for. If that's the answer, that's fine. But some people don't know and don't know where to look for guidance. Yeah, I got no problem telling people if that just happens to be the case. But yeah, there were certain folks who had no clue. Yeah, like, hey, why can't I find this band anywhere? And I'm like, I don't know. Oh. Fuck you, Colostomia. It feels really good to dunk on this entire area. Like, fuck you, Dross. Fuck you, Loud Rooms. Fuck you, Colostomia. Some of the people who have stuff on APM have it published elsewhere with a different song name. Word. Yeah, Salty Sparks, that was kind of my take too, is that like even as a, maybe I'm overthinking it, but even as a in-house production band, it would weird me out knowing that every time my music played on Pretzel, my full legal name was being displayed. I understand that if you're going to have information about you anywhere and consider it to be completely locked, safe, and sound behind a steel curtain of security protocols, you clearly think, well, my information is safe on Twitch. There's no way you would think to yourself, There's no way I'd ever run into security issues on Twitch. That place is the Fort Knox of my personal information. That place is the media consumption platform equivalent of where the Coke Classic recipe or the 11 herbs and spices are kept. No information would ever be obtained or used for nefarious purposes off of the platform of Twitch. But even with the peace of mind that comes with having my information, personal, doxable information placed on Twitch, even with the peace of mind that comes with knowing it's Twitch, and of course your information is safe, I'd still be like less than thrilled about like writing a popular song that people really enjoyed, and every time it plays my full legal name is shown on screen. Dude, look at all these range upgrades just one at a time. We can actually test, hold on, we can test that theory about the boss trap rooms just to be 100% certain on this floor, because there is in fact a boss trap room and our fire. I might even grab a second knife just cause I can. All right, so let's see how this holds up. We can't see my health, but we know I've got basically 2 full stacks of health. Negative, Ghost Rider. Cannot access the boss trap room. It remembers how much health I have. Yeah, sure, Mr. 819. I will say this. Noah found himself at a function filled with high-profile streamers not too far back. And revealed to him, like, they're like, oh, so who else do you work with in the industry? Just to be 100% certain. Ooh. Can't get to it through this way either. Oh no. Oh, I fucking hate that. Very scary. Yeah, I'm just gonna get this knife piece and get the hell out of here. Can you even fathom how disappointing it would be to die in this spot with all the advantages we have right now? Because I have no extra lives. Anyway, Noah was apparently recently hanging out with a bunch of high-profile streamers. And they asked who else in the industry he associates with, and because Noah's a good guy, he always brings us up. And inevitably, somebody says, like, well, I don't know who that is. And now the nice thing is, ever since the data leak from Twitch, Noah can just go, oh, dude, that data leak, he was number 819. And these people who average 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 viewers go, holy shit, that's respectable. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it is. Gucci, what's going on, homie? Yeah, Wireless Angel, I saw that. I have not had a chance to play, what is it, Back 4 Blood, or whatever that is. It looks fun. I watched Phelan and Eddie Monster and I think it was Technique, I think. And Smashly play it yesterday. It made me wish I had friends to play video games with. Technically, that would work for Horror Month. It's zombie stuff. People focus on streamer income so much, not worried about all the other important shit that could have been leaked. Yeah, I mean, like, it's clearly the most trivial of all the things that come out of it. Not to mention the fact that the person who leaked it said that it was part 1. So we'll see if there's a part 2. Yeah, Twitch is basically an open source platform now, which is weird. Yeah, what was it? Recently somebody replaced a whole bunch of banners for popular games with a picture of Jeff Bezos. I feel like there was something else. There was some other security breach recently that was kind of harmless, but was like one of those instances where you go, yeah, I guess there really was a major security breach. But I can't remember what the other thing was. The speed of our shot is nice. It is nice to walk in and basically just erase the room. Taffy, that's not what open source means. Am I incorrect? Whether they wanted it to be or not, are they not technically essentially an open source platform, considering the fact that you can go find the entirety of their source code? I'm not saying you should. I'm not advocating that you should. That's technically illegal. But I mean, could you not? Well, yeah, it's tongue-in-cheek, Vlad. I get that. But if they didn't want me to make tongue-in-cheek comments about the security of their platform, maybe they shouldn't have allowed all of it to be stolen. You feel me? Whether they want it to be or not, it's essentially an open source platform right now, because the fucking source code is out there for anybody with the necessary acumen to fuck with it. You can find it. I know people who I think are pretty technologically stupid that I can verify actually have that file. Yeah, they're FOSS, forced open source software. Noah would be proud of you. I'm not saying Vlad that they were willfully open source. I'm not saying that they went the fucking Linux route. They were just like, listen, this is too good not to share. Shield went full transparency when Black Widow leaked all of their documents online to show that Hydra had infiltrated. They didn't want to, but they did. Shit, based on what I was reading, Twitch isn't even allowing their, or at least they hadn't been, Twitch wasn't even allowing their employees to use the company's Slack because they were worried that it was compromised. Come on, Hornfells. For once, I am absolutely prepared for you. Neat. When I started the run over again, did it restart? I think it reset my... I didn't pick anything up that gave me Angel Room options again. I think it just reset it because I reset the run. I don't think I knew that. Are we at the to be fair part of the stream? It's my favorite part. Vlad openly admits that he's being pedantic, and I openly admit that I'm being a smartass. So I don't know that there's more progress to be made than having one person in the quote-unquote argument willfully admit they're being pedantic and have the other one willfully admit they're being snarky, and that's where the disconnect is. Anyway, point being, yeah, I'd be, after everything I'd seen on the news of late, as a music creator on Pretzel, I'd be, or any platform for that matter, but as a music creator on Pretzel, I would be apprehensive about having my full legal name blasted on Twitch every couple of minutes. This is the hill I'll die on, streamer. Well, this is the chair I'll die in, viewer. If it makes you feel any better. At least it's more comfortable than my DX Racer was. Will it be on stream? I mean, God willing. It'll be the first time I trend doing anything. Amber and Rory, oh sorry, Amber and Grayson and Rory will make a nifty chunk of change if I die on stream. I'm not saying that's my preferred route of going about it, but if you gotta pick a way to go, pick a way you can monetize, man. I was feeling that way since before Squid Game existed. Monetizing my death since long before Squid Game. Might as well go ahead and grab the second knife. We're paying good money for you to die in that chair. It better be streamed live. I can't think of anything else I want to do. And I was talking to some of the people in this audience that have financial planning expertise, and other people who are professionals who are actually planning for their retirement. And they keep saying that I need to have like 3 million liquid in this day and age to retire comfortably, so let's just work under the assumption that I die in this chair. Because I don't know, I'm doing great as broadcasters go. I'm, weirdly enough, among the cream of the crop. I rise to the top. I never eat a pig because a pig is a cop. Or better yet, a Terminator like Arnold Schwarzenegger, trying to play you out like as if my name was Sega. But just like the prodigal son, I return. Anyone stepping to me will get burned because I got lyrics and you ain't got none. And if you came to battle, bring a shotgun. Yeah, I'll never make $3 million. So I guess I'll just play video games until you guys stop watching, and then I'll jump off the next bridge when I get to it. I guess. I'm doing great as far as broadcasters go, but I don't know that 3 million liquids happening anytime while people are still watching me play video games. I poked the main lead to make sure they're aware of it. Likely it'll be this is how APM sends it to us. Yeah, I assumed as much. I appreciate that, Rini. Like, it really doesn't matter to me, but it left more questions than answers among people, including me. Well, people were like, hey, what's going on with that? I'm like, I don't fucking know, if I'm being honest. So if nothing else, it's nice to be able to have some sort of reply when people ask. Because genuinely, I've been curious about that for a hot minute. Time and V hopes all of you beautiful souls are safe and well. Witch Doctor, welcome back. I love that name. That name brings me joy every time I say it. Yeah, Mr. Clean. I mean, that's the thing too, is that like I'm not special or unique in that circumstance. I guess we're gonna fight Gideon real quick. Via. Greetings, friend. Is that it? Yeah, nice. Yeah, my problems are not unique problems. The system's pretty buggered as it stands. I'm certainly not trying to make it sound like, oh, woe is me. If I, as a streamer, can't make it in the world's oldest profession, that of streaming, the world's oldest and most revered profession, then how can anyone expect to make it?
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
But I genuinely will say that it was kind of revelatory to me that like I was sitting here looking at this going like, dude, I've never made this much money in my life doing anything. Dude, I needed you to pay out with charges. You fool. What have you done? It doesn't matter. Listen. I don't need to beat this game into submission. We can just go. It's still irritating. The one time I want that guy to play out with battery charges, he gives me health. But it is revelatory to me to be making what I consider grown-up money for the first time in my adult life. And I turn to people who are grown-ups and have been for much longer, even if they're younger than me. And I go, okay, other respectable adults, what do I, how long do I do this for? And they're like, well, let's work it out. When will you have $3 million in the bank? And I'm like, fucking never. And they're like, well, I guess that's your timeline then. I'm like, oh, fun. Even Galen, my financial advisor, keeps showing me these models for like, all right, so this is when you'll be set to retire. And all of them are based on me streaming until I'm 65 and making the same amount of money. It's all just like, well, if you keep making the same amount of money and stream for another 20 years, and I'm like, what? What? I don't think that's how that's gonna work. Juzel, tier 1, 53 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate the resub. Every resub is a step closer to me not dying in this chair, it would appear. Yeah, Galen keeps saying, yeah, well, based on this financial model, if you just do what you're doing and are successful at it for another 20 years, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna be successful at it in 2022. I guess it's weirdly comforting, chat, to hear other people with real, quote unquote, real jobs feel the same way. Strangely, if we're all gonna be in the Titanic, I'm glad that I'm not alone. I'm glad there's a bunch of us looking around going, so we'll just work until we'll die, right? I was like, yeah, I guess so. I'm hoping there's a market for blowjobs by grandma. There is. I'm not saying it's my market, but I'm saying I've been to the parts of the internet that will gladly pay you for that. I've got like family members and friends that I know have been working legitimate jobs for as long as they've been adults. And while I won't say that they've lived recklessly, I will say that they lived the way my parents have lived, right? Where they took vacations, they go on trips, they go to restaurants. And the banana balls thing to me is that like, because they lived normally, because they lived the way that they anticipated they should be able to, financially, I'm as well off as them right now because I never do anything. And I barely ever spend money. I just squirrel it away. So while I have made comparably very little over the lifetime of my professional career, I have as much like money and equity and stuff as them, because in the short period of time that I've made money, I've not spent any of it because I'm terrified to, because I just don't know when that money's gonna run out. Oh, this is gonna be a super interesting room, by the way. We're gonna leave here with Mega Blast and the 9-volt. I can guarantee you that. Now, it's genuinely kind of sad, you know? In-stage capitalism has made it to where we will have to work until we die. Oh, no, Abaderp, I would assume that that's most assuredly an American thing. I know I've got Canadians and people abroad that watch, so feel free to chime in. I think that's generally an American thing, that you need about $3 million to retire comfortably and not work another day, depending on how long you plan on living. I would imagine in other countries it's wildly different depending on what you're planning to get done. Is Whipworm super good for Azazel? You know, I really don't need health or in-game money. So let's find out. That's shot speed, so it doesn't really take it any farther. It'd have been good if it had been a range upgrade. Wait, there are other options besides work until you die. Why did nobody tell me? Sorry to be the bearer of unattainable news. I was hoping for some apocalyptic travel conflict first, but that just might be wishful thinking.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
Taffy, I'll write you into my retirement fund in my will. I'm 90% sure I'm gonna die of radiation poisoning before I retire. You know, Glitch, I'm not too proud. I'm not too proud to take it. Oh, what a sad fucking world we live in. Yeah, sure, that's in a respectable non-dog-eat-dog society, Glitch, I'd be like, come on, buddy, don't say that. I just, you know, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna live forever. I'll be fine, I'll figure it out. But in this world, Glitch is like, yo, I'll write you into my retirement. I'm just like, I'm down. I ain't too proud to beg. You gonna do the shrooms? I did it yesterday to insinuate to people what I felt like when I was coming down off that THC CBD high. And people got very mad at me, so I'm not doing that again today. Oh, no, I didn't take shrooms. I was very nearly the first man to overdose on THC and CBD. It was bad. So Justin gave me this tincture that's 1-to-1, and he was like, maybe it'll help with your sleep. So I've been taking like a little eyedropper with some hot tea at night, and it was generally helping me kind of knock out faster. It was going pretty well. Oh, you bitch! She hit me so hard. It was going all right. I was pretty pleased with the results, but I felt kind of genuinely underwhelmed, and so like I was stepping it up a little bit, and instead of 1 eyedropper, I was doing 2, because I wanted to feel nice and gooey, and then I wanted to sleep a dreamless sleep. And then I wanted to wake up feeling refreshed with no, like, side effects. And I wanted to see where that line was. So at the 2 eyedropper phase, I was doing okay, but I was getting down to the bottom of the tincture bottle. I think that's all there is to do on this floor that I care about. I got down to the bottom of the tincture, and then Amber, well, I'll do it now. Thank you so much for the 37 months and a gifted sub from JJ Madison. Currently on a 1-year streak. Amber, welcome back. So I got down to the bottom of the tincture bottle, and I was like, well, you know, there's not much left. I made a big cup of tea. I put some sweetener in it. And I just went, well, the eyedropper's not grabbing jack out of here, so I'll just do this. Bloop. And I was like, oh, that was quite the drop that fell out. That looked way bigger than anything I've ever seen in the bottom of this mug before. I've never felt any side effects from doing this. It'll be fine. I got down to the very bottom, and it was like drinking battery acid. That last slug, I went, whew! It's weird for chamomile tea to burn like that. Ah! I was the first person to ever cough while drinking THC. I knew I'd fucked up because I coughed the way I do when I smoke a joint. I cough the way I do when I hit like a pipe. But I was drinking chamomile tea, and I was like, I turned to Amber and I was just like, man, I feel really good. But then like 45 minutes later on the couch, I was like this. I was like, baby, we gotta go to bed. She's like, why? And I was like, I am super high. And she's like, really? And I was like, yeah, I am like ridiculously high. And she's like, from the tincture? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, okay, yeah, I guess we can go to bed. And I went upstairs and she was like, I don't know how to deal with like high you. She's like, I know how to deal with drunk you, but high you is a whole different thing. And I was like, man, I just feel good. I was just like, I don't feel dread about what's coming tomorrow. I don't feel anxiety about what tomorrow's gonna bring. I'm not worried about the stream. I'm just happy that I've got a comfortable bed and a beautiful wife to share it with. This is a good day, baby. I love you. And she's like, this is fucking weird. So I went to sleep, and as I was falling asleep, I was like, I am getting higher by the second, it feels like. I was like, I wonder how bad this is gonna be overnight. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because I'm falling asleep. I'm just gonna sleep it all off. Vio, dude, I woke up on Monday. I went to bed at midnight. I woke up at 7:30 the next day. Feeling like I had slammed a pint of bourbon. I was cold sweating through my clothes. I couldn't see straight. I had to brace myself on the wall to walk downstairs to make coffee and like have a little breakfast. And then as I was sitting there trying to watch the news, I just slumped off to the side, sweating through my clothes, just big blotches of sweat everywhere. And I came upstairs and said, chat, I can't. And I typed up my Discord message saying I can't, and I typed up my tweet and said I can't. And that was at 8:30. At 9 o'clock, I went back to bed. I woke up at 2 in the afternoon. Ate a huge lunch, laid back down, didn't quite fall back asleep.
Of clubs.
Woke up, had a big dinner, went back to bed, and then slept for another 7 hours, and then it was Tuesday. I lost all of Monday. I am feeling better now. I was feeling better by the end of Monday, but it was like, woo-wee. All those times that I'd had friends that said like, oh, one time I took edibles and I took way too much. And I was just like, man, like in my head, I was like, you gotta be exaggerating. There's no way that like, you know, a brownie or a gummy or whatever like cost you 36 hours or whatever they, you know, whatever the number is that they said. I am here to testify that it
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
That what was roughly the equivalent of like 3, maybe 4 eyedroppers, small eyedroppers, full of fluid, erased a 36-hour portion of my life. It was bad, bad, bad. It was great when I was falling asleep. It really is this. Hold on. It's the tale of 2 tweets. It is the tale of 2 tweets. It is this tweet. And then 7 hours later, it was this tweet. Use a THC bath bomb next. Does it just absorb into your skin? That's amazing. Greg Pickles, tier 1, 4 months. Welcome back. Thank you for the support. Love those low number subs. It means we're roping in some fresh blood. And I appreciate you being here. Yeah, you absorb it. That's banana balls. I don't think I'm ready for that. It's a really interesting high, but you might take a 10-hour bath. It can't be anything compared to my, like, you know, 9.5-hour nap. I don't know. Scorpio, Cancer, and then we just dip. Neat. Yo, Viking Warlock! When you stare into the middle distance and the middle distance stares back, that is, it was brutal. Yeah, I was shocked at how bad I felt. I was shocked at how bad I felt the next day. Viking Warlock gifts tier 1 sub to the Cardi, Anders Draconian, Arcturus Star, Lowly Henchman, and Rider Cat. That is a plethora of exceptional snipes that you randomly selected in there, Viking Warlock. I like those people very much. Every one of those names brings a smile to my face. Thank you so much. Anywho, yeah, that was my that was to date my worst experience with THC. I was brutalized. Out of curiosity, how empty was your stomach when you did this? Not empty. I had just been to a Brazilian steakhouse with Justin, so I dare say not empty. Did it take both of them? It didn't. That's exceptional. So I actually had quite a bit of food in my tummy. And it still destroyed me. No, it drops 100 bits, says I still can't believe the baby kangaroo's name was Walter. I don't know what that means. Woo! Let me out! I'm stuck. Oh, you're talking about that one thing-a-ding-ding. That's right. You said you met a kangaroo this weekend. That was like the least weird of all the stories you told me from this weekend was that you met a kangaroo. Right. Got it. Okay, I follow. Oh, you know what, Dave Areno? I forgot. Like there was a if you can't see chat because you're over at YouTube, there was a 5 room for a floor reset. I probably could have done it for the shits and giggles, but let's be honest with ourselves. Like it's time. It's time to do something else. It's time to do a different run. Nate. I can kind of talk about the thing-a-ding-ding. Yeah, go for it. I didn't want to be the guy who was like, yo, listen, on the confidential, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then have me be like, yeah, dude, who would I possibly tell about that? And then come in here and instantly dump all of it on chat and just like, yo, chat, you'll never believe what Noah told me last night. Nate, tier 1, 79 months. My dude, I miss you. That's it. Thank you for your money, but I miss you. I wish you lived closer. I wish you lived closer. Especially during the fucking Twitch leak. Ugh. It would have been a ton of fun to literally just lay data out and just talk about it for like hours on end. Yeah, I didn't get to watch an instant of that. Last night talking to Noah was the moment that I realized that S-Band and I have done an escape room together. Noah was naming off all these people who were at this thing that he went to over the weekend. Admittedly, I don't know a lot about the tippity top of Twitch. Because ultimately, there's a pretty good chance that those people are gonna want nothing to do with me. And that's fine, like, they don't owe me anything. But all that being said, like, I don't really waste time obsessing on, you know, people who are really high above me or really far below me. I don't mean in like a worth thing, but in the list, in that list, let's just call it what it is. In that list, I don't worry about the tippity top and I don't worry about the very bottom. I worry about my little plot of land and those people who are kind of near me because they're the ones that I can realistically associate with. But every once in a blue moon, I find out or realize that I'm like inadvertently associated with somebody near the top of that list and have completely either forgotten about it or just didn't know it at the time. Noah and I were talking about how I am as like that inner circle. I'm connected at like 360 degrees around the outside of that inner circle, but I'm not in the inside of that inner circle. Chat, the thing was the OTK anniversary event. It was dope, and they had a lot of stories. They heard a lot of stories about this chat. That's true. Noah, Vladimus and I got into a pedantics argument because I said that Twitch was now an open source platform. And he was like, that's not what open source meant. And I was like, well, whether they like it or not, they've become an open source platform to anybody who is willing to put in the effort to find the source code. And then I, just to be safe, followed it up with, and I am not saying that you should find the open source code information that's out there, because that is illegal. That was information obtained illegally. And so it is not a good idea to go track that down, but people could. I was joking about some of the APM stuff that comes in on Pretzel. The musicians' entire names are used, and I was like, maybe once upon a time I'd think that was okay, but recently on Twitch, I don't know that I want extra personal information leaked out online. Yo, Eka Loves Muffin, welcome. It's a fun name. Alright, this Banana Balls game, this Banana Balls run has got to end. This run has been going on for an hour and 18 minutes. It could go on so much longer, but we don't need to be duplicating floors anymore. We've already used the R key once. Let's go hand mom her ass. Pew! You're doing great, Mom. You're doing great.
Someday, Bumbo, lucky Bumbo, someday the Bumbo's a bad Bumbo. Eat your corn.